So Rob, a new year, we've seen some new faces around the squad so far. Can you speak on the impact of some of these players like Josh Adams and the effect that they've had on the team and how they've settled so far?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we know that you need a lot of players to get through a National One season. It's 26 games, it's pretty brutal. There isn't many rests, and adding new faces in who are going to contribute and add value into what we're doing obviously is a positive. Some of these guys have ended up being given a go because of injury, which is what it's about. So, you know, with someone else having a problem, it gives an opportunity to someone else. So that's a positive.
And with that, the squad have seemed to really gel very well in the first half of the season. They all seem very close. What do you think the reasoning behind that is, and kind of what's your message to the squad moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, we are pretty big on trying to make sure that we get the right type of people to Richmond and buy into the culture of what we're trying to achieve. We play a serious level of rugby, but we understand that the lads aren't full-time pros, and that means we've got to get that balance between team spirit and camaraderie and bonding, with giving some sort of professional outlook to how we play the game. But first and foremost, they've got to want to be part of the group and want to be part of what we're doing, and we always try and ensure that people do gel and become part of what we are doing and become Richmond players.
Nice. So can you tell me how important it is to have the experience of the leadership team at this point in the competition? How have they maybe stepped up to support the new faces as we approach the business end of the season?
Yeah, and again, I think it's obviously it's a tricky one, isn't it? Some of the people that were nominated originally in the leadership team, quite a few of those are injured. So if you think about Paddy Cases and Alex Burridges and Dave Massey's, and obviously we've had Alexander Post out for periods of time. We've now got Luke Jones not playing, so it's fairly organic, and it has to be at this type of level, whether you get the injuries that you're going to get. So other people then have had to step forward and lead, and you know, that's been good. So people like Alex Schwartz, who obviously comes from Cornish Pirates with a really good rugby playing background, has stepped up and he's now captaining the team. So we do have a group of people, but we keep it pretty fluid because it needs to be, because we don't want to rely on certain people, and then if they get injured, then we lose all that sort of leadership element. So we're lucky here, we have a lot of strong leaders, and when people have not been able to play, then obviously other leaders have been able to step up and try and get the message across and what we're trying to do.
In terms of strong leaders and strong players, we have people like Sam Pym and George Nugent who bring a lot of physicality to the game. How important is that strength in shaping the team's playing style, and how do you sort of see it evolving?
I think that at this level it's really important to be able to play the game in different ways, and clearly we've had a pack that's been really effective and managed to score a lot of maul tries and be quite dominant in quite a few games, and we've been good at stopping the opposition in that area as well. We've also had a balance where, when needed, our backs have scored lots of good tries, and we've scored lots of exciting tries over the season. So I think it's more about having a balance to be able to play and play the conditions in this country. There's a certain time of the year where you can't play free-flowing rugby even if you want to, and it's finding different ways to try and compete and win is really important, and we have been successful at doing that so far this season. But obviously, if you're looking at the current situation, we've lost a couple of games recently, and we need to make sure we get back onto winning ways.
Nice. And obviously we've got the game tomorrow. What is like your message or thoughts before the upcoming game?
We've got to go up there and with a really strong mentality. We've got to stay tight as a group. We've got to stay together. We've got to hang in there and help each other out. As you've alluded to, there's some new faces in there, and we've got to gel those people quickly into what we're doing to achieve what we want to out of the game. It's a difficult place to go. It's a long journey for us, but there's no excuses within that. That's just a reality. And these sort of long away trips are really important because they're a good gauge of where you're at as a group. So we need to go there, be a firm squad, tight together, help each other out, and make sure that we execute our game plan the way that we've practiced.
Nice. Well, good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you, Freya.